Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't keep up with all that probably as much as I should. Trying to think. Tang is the one I'm thinking. Tang was on the surface when she was sunk. We'll give Cachalot a try, and then we'll dip into the queue for a bit. Whoa. Trying to think. Who else am I missing? I feel like I'm missing somebody else. But there's enough. How many boats were lost? Let's see. How many boats did the Silent Service lose in Second World War? Here we go. Chronological order: 52. 52 boats lost. Yeah, Tang suffered from torpedo malfunction. USS Seawolf was actually either sunk or heavily damaged by an American destroyer who mistook her for a Japanese submarine. I think sometimes we forget that was also one of the perils of being a submariner in the Second World War, is that sometimes friendly ships shot at you too, right? So, like, you know, submarines in that era, like, it was just you against the world, baby, right? Like, that was it. That's a good question, Snowdog. I don't know the total number. It's got to be close to 200, if not more than. Let's see if they tell me here. That's the 52 that were lost.
So many babes.
All right, New Dawn. Let's think about this. I don't want to play mid just yet. However, I like the idea of maybe running up the 1-2 line and kind of coming around behind these guys. Maybe working this extreme southwest corner of the A cap for a bit. All right, so let's see here. I have shorter range torpedoes, but faster hydro. Okay. Well, you're right, Vladeshi, but I mean, even when you're on the surface, I mean, assuming you're spotted, which is tough. Like, spotting a submarine, they're so low to the water that even spotting them with a surface lookout is not easy. They have to be pretty close. And then, of course, once they're submerged, nobody has any idea what flag you're flying. That's just not a thing. So... And yes, Loy, I have a copy of Blind Man's Bluff right up here on my shelf. It's a great book. It's a great book. One of the things I like about Blind Man's Bluff is that it highlights so much of the special ops and bizarro stuff that the submariners were asked to do in the Cold War. Because so many of those stories, you know, they just don't get told. My favorite is still the undersea cable tap in, is it the Sea of Oktosk? I think it was the Sea of Oktosk. I'd have to look at a map. Gonna make me go look now. Maps. It was Vladivostok. It was over near Vladivostok. It was in the Soviet. It was the Pacific Fleet. There's a gulf near Vladivostok that they were running a cable across. Here we go. Yeah, over here by Vladivostok, they had like run an undersea cable near Vladivostok, which of course was the Red Fleet's Pacific headquarters, and there you go, 288, Mr. Dew says. So yeah, it was. So you're looking at about a little less than a 20% loss rate. Wow, my surface detection is really high. Huh, that's kind of crappy. I feel like right now the American subs don't have many advantages, or at least I'm not understanding what their advantages are meant to be. I have my little crash dive button, which is handy. Well, up until tier 10, both of them have rear torps, right? The struggle I'm going to have is that on the surface, I have a higher spotting than some of the destroyers in this tier matchmaking. That is a thing that I do not believe is should be a thing, but it is a thing, so it is what it is. We know the Hatsu or the Gade is in A. The dunk is turning. So I'm going to try and sneak by. Yep, there's the Gade. All right, I'm going to sneak in over here and see what I can do.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
We're going to make the Dunkirk nervous. Keep him headed out. Keep him going away. I completely agree, Hager. Rickley, Kimaxis. Guys, thank you for the follows. Okay, the Hatsu and the Gade both left northing. So let's come back to the surface. We're going to fire 2 at the Dunkirk.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
See, right there I got spotted by somebody who I don't even know who spotted me. So we're gonna go max depth, and we're gonna try and get in behind this Fuso. If I land those torps on the dunk, then fine. If I don't, whatever. Yeah, the Campbelltown... One of the reasons the Campbelltown was put into the game was because of that mission, right? That's one of the reasons they added it into the game. Okay, so it was the other submarine that spotted me over here. So we gotta be able to pick him up. Yep, there he is. He's working the north side of the cap. Pay attention, fellas. I mean, you, New Mexico. Alright, let's come up shallow. See if we can find this Fuso. Fuso's running too, is he? They're all running. Awesome. U-69. Dunkirk's not running. Excellent. One, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm trying to space the torpedoes out so that the damage control party on the Fuso will be down when the second salvo arrives, assuming I can hit them all. That's a huge problem. The gate is right here. Yep, that's a problem. All right, we got 2 into the Fuso. 2 more. All right, good hits on the Fuso. I need to try and convince the Gade that I'm somewhere else. question is, did he turn south? If I pop up right here, am I going to find the Dunkirk on top of me? Let's find out. I'm going to find somebody on top of me. That's the... Yeah, the Dunkirk is literally right on top of me. My problem is I'm going to be out of batteries soon. And he's right here. I've probably pushed a little too deep to pull this off, because I'm going to be out of batteries in seconds. So let's move up to periscope depth and try to give him the stern tubes. That leaves me the bow tubes to deal with the gate, potentially. Nope, stern tubes are going to be a miss. Well, it is what it is, but I should be able to flee back to this cap circle and recharge my battery for a bit. Nope, the U-69. Somebody caught a glimpse of me. Okay. Alright, we got to get back here and recharge the batteries. I am not useful until then. Alright, so what have I learned? For the mid-tier destroyers, you know, there's all those skills in the skill tree that are like, oh, you know, this, that, and everything happens when you're detected with the battery being low, etc., etc. I have never looked at those skills and thought, hey, those are awesome. But I think for the mid-tier destroyers, there's probably some value in those skills. I need to go reevaluate those. They're certainly not amazing for something like U-2501, which has like 10-something minutes of dive time and a button that you can add like 3 or 4 more over the course of the match. Like a U-2501 can stay down almost the whole game. But these mid-tier destroyers, particularly this Cachalot here, is definitely something that would not be a thing. So yeah, I have to have a look at that. Well, it looks like I'm going to be able to cap, so why don't we get that done? While we sit here on the surface. We lounge on the surface. Guys, it's time for swim call while we cap. Y'all go do your thing. Now, Striker, how am I a knife fighter in a submarine? A submarine doesn't strike me as something that's ever going to knife fight well. So when you say that, help me understand. Stang, they have not said, nobody knows. The short answer is, nobody has a clue. Alright, let's get moving again. I mean, Tannhauser, I've killed ships with my deck gun. It absolutely works, but it's a secondary gun. I forget if it was two... I have a secondary kill on a destroyer with either this ship or U-69. I can't remember which it was. I think it was U-69. But it's a secondary. You put out one secondary kill. Somebody find that clip. I've got a great clip. Hang on. I have got a great clip of me killing a submarine. Sorry, a destroyer with my secondary guns. But I'm pretty sure it was in a U-69. Okay, got you, Striker. And game's over. Oh, well. I was going to try and get down here and torpedo the guy. Yeah, Gabe was in that game. That sounds about right, Die, but the reality is also that, remember, you have all these skills that you can use to add to that number. I mean, again, I don't feel like I'm all that impactful on a battle. I don't have the tools to work a cap circle unless everybody leaves it alone. I have the tools to be a jerk to battleships. Somebody last stream was trying to tell me that Gibbons and Flambass would use these things to harass destroyers, but I don't see that. Like, I'm not sure how to develop the skill to do that. Like, what are the tactics for pulling that off? I mean, in theory, you can get the pings to stick because their DCP is so short. So it should be very easy to get the pings to stick. But like, past that, I'm not sure.